Hello and welcome back to Arrow Corporate Business Card Help video. In this video we'll see how to edit text and colors in Adobe Illustrator. So let's start by opening the Illustrator file. And once the file is open, of course you can see we have the front and the back side. Let's open up the layers panel first. And in the layers panel you'll see 4 different layer groups. Print info and info box are the layers for your information. These are the things you're going to need to know when it comes to technical details about the template itself. You don't have to send it, you don't have to preserve it. After you finish editing your template, you can just delete them or leave them or do whatever you want with them, but these are not the necessary part for your design to be printed properly. You can just remove them. They are for your information only. Now, let's start with the QR code first. Here, when it comes to the Illustrator template, we have 2 different ways of working with the QR code. We can work with the QR code I've already created. This is the dummy QR code, so naturally you'll have to change it with your own. Because the information here just says, if you read this QR code, it's just gonna thank you for purchasing the template. Now it's a TIFF file, and if you want to use the TIFF file that we have created in the introduction, all you have to do is select the file, go here where it says link file, right next to it is the name of the file, go to relink, and I'm just going to relink it with my QR code. And that's it. Now we have the link active. Now the other way to do it is to use the QR code, the Illustrator QR code. So let me just open it up. And the reason why I'm going to use this one in the Illustrator file, I'm just going to go copy, and then I'm going to go paste. Size it up a little bit, center it, and just make it a little bit bigger. Now here's why I'm doing this, because now I can go in, just color these 3 little squares here with the color of the template. I'm going to explain these colors a little bit later, and so I don't have to go manually change everything one by one. I do it once, it's a vector file, and now we can play with it. Now let's talk about editing the colors. Of course you can edit the colors by selecting individual elements and changing their colors individually, etc., etc. But let's say we want to make this business card red. So it's going to take some time to select each and every element and change the colors appropriate. The easiest way to do that, to make sweeping changes to the color scheme in the template, is to use the global colors here from the swatches panel. Now, global colors are the swatches that have this little white triangle and nothing in. If you see the dot in the middle of the white triangle, that's a spot color. Those spot colors here are connected to your info layers, so you can just delete them after you delete the info layers and they will not be printed. The ones you're interested in are these with no spots in the white triangle, and what you do is simply select the color. Let's see what color we want to change. So we want to change this beige and we want to make it red. Double click on the color you wish to change, make sure the preview button is set, and let's make it, let's make it red, and voila. Here's where the vector file plays the choice. This is why I've selected to put the vector QR code here. So I don't have to go in and change those elements individually. Okay, now we have the first color set. Let's set the second color. Again, check the preview button. Let's make it darker. Okay, and finally the third color. Let's make this white. Okay, or yeah. So let's make this something. So we can actually see the changes. It's gonna look horrible. Yeah, let's make this tacky so we can see what we're doing. Okay, of course this looks now horrible. I just wanted to illustrate upon. Once we have everything set up and changed, now we can edit the text. As you can see, this hasn't lasted a very long time, so you can just continue playing with the color scheme. You can continue playing with different variations, and of course you can create your own global colors and then add them to the swatches panel. Okay, now let's move on to the text. Before we start editing the text, let's see how to edit the font properties. In order to edit the font properties, you're going to need your character panel open. If you don't see your character panel, go to Window, Type, Character, and once we select the font, here are all the font properties that you can edit, like the family, style, size, different types of kerning or leading, etc. So editing the font properties, we do it in the character panel. When it comes to editing the fonts themselves, we can double click on the font, on the text, select the text, double click on it, and just type in your own info. Or you can select the T either from the keyboard or the type tool here from the tools panel, and then once you hover over the font that can be edited, just select it and either paste or type in your information. Okay, that was it for this video. In the next video, we'll see how to edit template in Adobe InDesign. See you.